Hey everybody, welcome back. Review a Day, episode number 168. I'm Leland, and thank you guys for joining me. I have a 5 out of 5 DVD pick for you guys this week. I saw the new French film, The Class, and this is a film based on a true story about a book, I believe, called Between These Walls or something like that. It's the true story of a French school teacher. And the movie stars the main actor is actually the guy who wrote the book. It's based on his experiences. They use non-actors, and I believe the director did something called what he calls directed improv. So it's kind of a mockumentary, but not totally. They don't acknowledge the camera. But I have to say that this film it's terrific. It is riveting. It's probably the most accurate portrayal I've ever seen of school. It really is kind of one of the better inspirational teacher films you'll see. I really love watching foreign films because you can really take a lot away from them. You can learn a lot about another country, but something that I thought was very interesting about this film was how similar my experience here in America was to that of in Paris, France, or I believe it's Paris. But you just don't really think about that, how much in common we have. It's a really terrific film. I really think everyone should see it, so check it out. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. The film I'm reviewing for you guys today, though, is the new film from Mike Judge, Extract. Mike Judge, of course, the guy behind King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Office Space, Idiocracy. If you haven't seen Idiocracy, I think it's a pretty underrated flick, so check that out. His new film, Extract, though, stars Jason Bateman, Mila Kunis, Kristen Wiig, Ben Affleck, J.K. Simmons, Clifton Collins Jr., David Koechner also has a really small role in this film. Not really small, but a great little role. The IMDb synopsis: Joel, the owner of an extract plant, tries to contend with a myriad of personal and professional problems, such as his potentially unfaithful wife and employees who take advantage of him. The first time I saw Office Space, I think I was like 11 or 12 the first time I saw that movie, and I remember being 11 or 12 and being like, holy shit. Mike Judge nailed Office Workers. I remember Office Space is a movie, I think, kind of like Napoleon Dynamite, where you watch it and you go, this person gets me. This movie was made for me. He gets so many things so perfectly on the nose that it's hard not to completely connect with the film. I don't think Extract reaches that level of Office Space relatability. I think Extract, a very funny movie. Very funny. If you are looking for a funny movie to go to the theater and laugh, I don't think you're going to do wrong with Extract. I don't think it's a great film. I don't think it overcomes some shortcomings. I think Jason Bateman, fantastic. He really has such a great everyman comedic style. I loved him on Arrested Development. I think he's great here. Ben Affleck hit a fucking home run in this movie playing Joel's druggy best friend who takes Xanax, and he gives him some ketamine at one point. They're smoking pot together. There is a very funny bong scene in this movie. I really was pretty tough on Transformers 2 earlier in the summer for the pot brownie scene. Mike Judge makes up for it with the bong scene in this movie, which I thought was really very funny. David Koechner has a very small role as the next door neighbor in this movie who doesn't know when to shut up. Very funny, very uncomfortable. Extract, it's interesting because I think it's a very kind of soft-spoken comedy. I think a lot of the comedy comes from uncomfortable moments. There's some stuff that I just didn't buy in this movie. I didn't buy Kristen Wiig as the wife. First off, she's given almost nothing to do in the film. She plays his unfaithful wife. Jason Bateman's character actually hires a prostitute a gigolo, to try to have an affair with Kristen Wiig so he can have an affair. And I didn't really buy a lot of that. It's very funny, and I think these situations it creates is very funny, but I didn't buy the characterizations. I know that in the movie Jason Bateman's high when he hires the gigolo, but I just didn't buy that, and it felt kind of weird and out of place in this film. It's funny. I think everything in this movie is funny, but I don't think some of the characterizations totally work. The movie kind of doesn't really have a plot. It kind of meanders. There's probably 4 or 5 times in this film I'm like, oh, it's over, and then it just kind of keeps going. I do really love Mike Judge's love of middle America, of working class people, of maybe some of the simpler people here in the United States. I think the Coen brothers also do a really good job of that, of poking fun at stupid characters, but also you like them. I think the Gigolo in this film is a great example of that. Ben Affleck was as well. This movie isn't incredible. I don't think it's the funniest movie of the summer, but I do think you're going to have a good time if you go see Extract. I give Extract a 3.5 out of 5. I love Jason Bateman. I love Ben Affleck in this movie. J.K. Simmons is great. David Koechner. Check it out. You could probably do a lot worse. If you guys like this review, make sure to head over to nitpicket.com. Links on the side. I'll see you guys next time.